Hey guys, so in this video, I'm going to be covering pensions and how pensions work and how you should approach pensions with your wealth building strategy. So a little background, back in the day, the way that the country ran its retirement program was very different from today. And this was the typical model. When you got into a career, you would get a good degree, you would find a very good company, and then you would work for that company over the course of your life. You would be able to move up within the company, and pretty much all of your value added would be with that one company. Now, what those companies, the really good companies, would do is they would set up a pension program so that as you, the worker, worked throughout your life with them and then you got to your retirement, they would have a pension set aside for you so that they would be able to take care of you when you retire. Now, that model no longer is the norm nowadays. There's a bunch of reasons why. Well, first of all, most people will go through at least 5 employers over their lifetime. So the whole staying with one company over the course of your life is not necessarily commonplace anymore. Beyond that, when it came to the pension investment vehicle, there's been a lot of abuse in the industry. Mismanagement of the funds by the companies themselves and how they invested the funds, and also the amount of risk that it set you up as the worker for. If you had your pension with a company who either mismanaged the fund, which means they invested in something that went under, or maybe one of these scams, these big scams, the fraud scams that you hear about, where a lot of people lost pension because of bad management. And also, what if the company that you are working for goes under? That's a lot of risk to have for your retirement savings. So since that change in sort of lifestyle, the U.S. government adopted a tax code known as the 401k plan, right? So since then, most companies have gone away from offering you a pension and have gone to the 401k model. Now, there are still companies that offer pensions. I am blessed in the fact that I work with a company that not only offers a Roth 401k, but they also offer a pension. Now, typically you have to be vested in order to get the pension, meaning you have to have a certain amount of years of service that affects how much of that money you can claim. And once you are vested, that money is pretty much yours. And from the sense of, if you leave the company, many times you can take that pension portion that is vested with you and then you can roll that over to a different type of investment vehicle. I would recommend doing that and rolling that over straight into your IRA. And then if you can, maybe convert the funds to Roth, or if not, at least have it invested in the IRA, because it opens you up as the investor to a lot more control over that money. You, as the investor, can choose what to invest that money in, and you are not at the mercy of the company in what they choose to invest in or how well they are and how profitable they are as a company. Another thing to be aware of with the pension is most of the time you cannot pass on the pension to your heirs. So as far as generational wealth goes, even though you may yourself be able to live off of the money in retirement, your heirs may not get that money when you pass away. So that is something you need to find out about and look into the details of what your pension plan is. Typically, they will give you an option to cash out your pension for a lower value, and then you have the option at that point to do whatever you want with the funds. And that's another thing I would consider. It comes down to running the numbers, but at the end of the day, you having control of that money, you being able to invest that money in the things that you are comfortable investing in, and then you being able to pass that on to your heirs are reasons why moving out of a pension at the earliest possible time would be my recommendation and the strategy that I personally am going to take when it comes to my own pension. Once that money gets into an IRA, you can self-direct the IRA and get into real estate. So you could use the tax shelter of an IRA to purchase rental real estate and to diversify within the tax shelter bubble. When you self-direct, you're able to use those retirement funds to invest in other things besides just the stock market. Now, I don't recommend investing in anything that you don't have an understanding of yourself, which is why I'm always pushing you guys to increase your financial education, to continue watching my videos, learning and growing, but just don't stop here. This could be a good introduction for you, and I could take you to that next level. But if you want to grow even further, you may have to go and hire a coach for that specific type of investment, or read more books about it, or get on blogs and learn. And there's just so much information out there. You know, it's hard for me to determine what information do you need for your situation. So I hope this gives you a little more background about pensions and why they're maybe not the best investment vehicle long term, but that if you do have one, that is a big bonus. It's a big plus. You know, that's sort of the cherry on top, if you will. And then take that money as soon as you can and put it in a way that gives you the power to control what happens with that money. So with that control and stability, you can lower your overall risk. So hope this helps. Again, share my videos, like my videos. If you have any questions, comment below. Yeah, keep learning and growing.